I hope this stuff works because, technology. So I want to welcome Sergey, Arindam, and Akshay and Mikola. So my friends from Sergey and Mikola from the glorious Ukraine, and Arindam and Akshay, you are from which
India.
states? Yeah, but India is huge. Which states?
I am from West Bengal and Akshay is from Delhi.
Ooh, cool stuff. I even know approximately where Bengal is. So yeah, so basically this is open source friends group. So the idea is to bring people from different countries together because in the modern world developers live in different places and don't talk much. And the key idea was to do something to actually make our lives better because many communities they talk too much and they don't talk about stuff they actually did. They just are telling how cool open source is. So let me introduce myself, and then we can probably go in like. So my name is Nikita Koshlev. I'm well, something like a developer. I have no idea now because the tasks are so different, and I'm doing so much outside of work. And so I used to be a Java developer, and then I started doing open source with community, like small things, but still counts. Like half a year ago, maybe in March a year ago already. So I've done small contributions to, for example, Java Enterprise. I tested some stuff there, and I want to do more meaningful contributions to improve my life and inspire others. So Arindam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. I am Arindam and I'm from India. And currently, I am in my freshman year pursuing BTech in computer science. And I am very much passionate about open source. And I'm currently learning web development and working on some projects. And thank you, Nikita, for having me.
Good. Akshay?
No sound.
Akshay, we cannot hear you
I
for
think you
some
are
reason.
muted.
No, he's not muted. I have his. Uh, Let me see. Maybe Mikola, can you go next while Akshay is trying to sort the mic? Здоровенькі були, Mikola? Well, it exists. I mean, I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but like, okay, Mikola is also not audible for some reason. The toggle is on, but okay, Sergey, you go. So you have to do for both of you.
Ну, my name Сергей, Магло Сергей. And next, Никит, переведи, потому что сильно стесняюсь.
Okay,
Просто
I'll be
хочу
translating.
попробовать, да, просто хочу попробовать свои силы в open source, поработать в команде, набраться опыта. Собственно, все.
So Sergey wants to try his forces in open source to work with the teams and get some more experience. He is shy, as I was. Like before I started doing open source, I used to be extremely shy, but he'll get up to speed. It always happens. That's the only way.
Thanks.
And yeah. So by the way, from my personal experience, developers from Ukraine, they're extremely high quality. Like they're good friends to have. A lot of software. I'm not sure even Restream might be even Ukrainian. I'm not sure, but you might notice that Restream tag on the top right is actually in Ukrainian colors. On the top, in the on the top right. So it's Ukrainian flag. So that's it. So basically, probably because this is a pilot, it will be a bit short. But my feeling is that we have a lot of communities on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff. But when people come there, open source communities, when people come there, they start, well, they cheer up each other, which is good. But even like when heavy contributors come, they don't talk about contributions as such. They talk about them in general, but they don't tell like, I did that, or I plan to do that, or I failed there, and that's how it changed my life. Because sometimes even if you fail, like I failed with Green Software Foundation, and Green Software Foundation, you can Google, it's an open source project. It's nice. The idea is to use less electricity, to be aware of your carbon footprint of like servers and stuff. But from what I understand, it's a bit hard to implement it right now. So like in my daily tasks, if I do Green Software Foundation, it won't really know, Mikola. Oh, 1 second, Mikola, I need to toggle one because you rejoined. So maybe now, try.
No.
So, no, not yet, Mikola. Yeah, but Mikola, you can type in chat or in Telegram. I will write. Next time we'll test it again. I don't know why it's not working. Yeah, try to rejoin and then ping me because I need to do this remove add to stream thing. So there's, for example, this. If it's okay, I can share the Chrome tab. This one. So there's, for example, Green Software Foundation, right? It's really cool. I will add. I will put it to the chat. Think I'm not sure what chat or oh, that's sorry, that's recording. Yeah, I'll do it in chat. So and I can turn on chat overlay, I guess. So I'll put it again. So that's Green Software Foundation, and they're quite cool. Can you see the screen, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can do like you can check the SDKs. You can join the project. Like for example, they're giving Green Software Patterns, Carbon Aware SDK. This one I haven't yet investigated, right? It's open source. But in my current work tasks, we are not using this one. So maybe in 5 years' time, I grow up in an organization and then I can make changes of this level. Because, for example, what they are doing, they are showing you how much electricity you are using, how much your code is using. Oh, Mikola got a nice hat. That's Ukrainian. How do you call it? I think it's the falcon, hunting falcon, right? Historical one.
Probably yes.
Yeah, because I researched it because I didn't believe Russian propaganda, so I researched the symbol, and it's a falcon. It's a very ancient symbol. Well, I don't believe many things, especially Russian propaganda.
That's right.
But
good point.
okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, it's
Finally.
perfect.
Can you give me just have a minute to briefly introduce myself?
Yes.
I am now Java developer. In general, I started my work in commercial IT in 2000. In 2008, I switched to Java. And since that time, Java is my main stack. What else? Right now, I'm a little bit refreshing and digging basics of computer science. And as soon as I'm Java developer, its refreshment is based on Java. There could be some application how open source could help me, but at least for the beginning, my main point is to link it to my activity. It could help me to become better architect developer and in terms of hard skill. Yeah, so I really want later, as Nikita mentioned, it will be a great idea if you're working with some tool and you want to better understand how it works or how you could improve it to solve your tasks or how to use it to solve your task right. So maybe it could be great, but it's maybe hopefully it could be next step.
Oh, and you can notice immediately the similar quality between Ukrainian developers. They're shy. So, Mikola, I think you also were involved in DevOps Ukraine.
No, not DevOps, Java EE, GEE Conf.
Just
Enterprise Edition.
Right? Yes.
Yeah. So what you did there?
I just helped starting the very first this conference in the very first year.
So yeah, so he just helped to start the very first, most important conference on one of the most important programming languages. Oh, sorry, I lost one in the world. So just that. so and actually that's where we met our common mentor, right? Because I met Bruno so we have a common mentor called Bruno
Yes.
Souza from
Yes.
Brazil, amazing person. And I'll type, he's called Java Man as well. I'll type it in chat because he's a really nice person to follow. And I'm not sure, Mikola, if I met you at DevOps Ukraine. Probably not, but I
Probably
met
not.
Bruno
Yes.
there.
Yes. Actually, I met Bruno there too, to be honest.
Okay, good. Okay, so there's this private chat thing going where our developers, Akshay and Arindam, fixing the microphone thing. Akshay, you might want to try to rejoin because it
Yes.
worked for Mikola.
For me, it helped. Yeah, maybe it will work for you as well. Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, just ping me because I'll need to add you to the stream. So, and for everybody who is suffering from technical issues, it's all my fault because I'm not rich enough yet to pay, or I'm too greedy to be more specific. So, yeah, so basically this example was, let me share screen again. I'm not sure, when I share, I'm not sure if people can see your faces, but I hope they can. Does it work like an overlay?
Yep.
Yeah, I hope so. So for example, this one doesn't work for me, right? It's a great thing, but it's in 5-year time. So for Nikita now, my main problem right at the moment is I'm working on huge Gradle builds, like big ones, and I want to help my team now, my company now. So I cannot tell the name of my company, but you can check my LinkedIn account. It's Gradle build. So my idea is that if I do Gradle build tool, then this thing is open source. So I have an idea of when you download Gradle, you download it with a pack of examples, like a ton of examples. And in these examples, I want to build the whole YouTube playlist based on these examples, so people can follow. And then next step, I want to, when I really understand Gradle better, and I do all those examples in the Bilal Khan way, you might want to like YouTube Bilal Khan. So it's my amazing friend. No, not this one. DevOps, amazing person. Yeah, that's Bilal, but I want his YouTube. So that's Bilal, amazing person, and he creates amazing stuff on YouTube. With in environment not this one. In environment he is at, it's amazing.
Sorry, Nikita, are you sharing something related with YouTube? Because on the screen we see just a slide.
Oh, 1 second. I will do again. I think it's because of that's the difference between window and Chrome tab. Okay, so now it should be better. Can you see Bilal now?
Yes.
So that's Bilal Khan. He's amazing person, definitely to follow. What he did, he lives in Pakistan, next to Afghanistan border, and that makes things more complicated from the point of infrastructure. Like electricity can go off, mobile can go off, and salaries are not very high in the region. But he created an amazing YouTube stuff. I'm just I just cannot find it quickly now. I'll find it later. But it's obviously improving his life. So my thought was that if I go to Gradle thing, I will make a playlist in Bilal style. I will go through them, and I will share it with the community. And that will, if I fail, I will share it with the community as well. And so that will be like my point, what I will be doing now, because it will help my work right now and some people around me. So that's my how do you call kavarny? That's my cruel plan. Finally, I met somebody who knows English better than me. Yeah, because cruel would take me like a week to remember this word. So yeah, that's the plan. So who wants to go next? Who wants to tell like how they maybe problems at work or like area to develop, and what do you think you could do about it? or maybe just ask for advice. Maybe I'm very good in advising.
For me, I have planned to give more focus and more time for open source tasks a little bit later. But for now, maybe I can make some baby steps. Don't lose a pace. And just actually similar, maybe start with something similar that you showed at one of your meetings, Nikita, like let's together, let's in pair mode, let's fix something. That time you was fixing some typo and creating pull request. Maybe next time it will be me or someone else, so we could do it one by one. And then maybe we could find something a little bit more complex, maybe find a good first bug to fix or good project to participate in. It's important to go step by step and without just do something constantly. It's because like it's funny, like I try to search for good tasks, like spend some time, but there are it depends. Not good project, it's not only a technical aspect. It's also a good communication. It's also a owner or owners who could respond you quickly, and you can set a good communication and be effective. So that's my plan for near future. Maybe I talk too much things, but sorry.
No,
Yes,
the
yes.
only one
Right
who
now,
talks too
am
much
am I
is me.
audible to you, Nikita?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes,
So
yes.
actually,
Okay.
let you go, and now
Let
as
me
long as it's
introduce
working,
myself.
and I have questions for Mikola.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Let me
Yeah,
introduce
so
myself.
no,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, please.
no, go on. I just finished. It's okay.
No, you should introduce yourself. I never know if this thing breaks apart, like because it's all free.
Okay. Thank you, Nikita, for giving me this opportunity. And I'm Akshay Kumar from India, and right now I am a DevOps intern, and also I just selected as an ambassador right now for Wilco company. It's a Israel-based company in this week only. And also I'm running a committee, which is India, a global committee to help other peoples to like for IT sector and grow and learn and grow together. That's what about me. Thank you.
That's amazing stuff. And why Arindam and Akshay are here, and actually Mikola and Sergey as well. Although I know only Sergey for like few days, but he already impacted me more than a lot of people. But you're very visible and you always share. And I was amazed because I came into open source through Open Source Africa, because I was looking like, is anybody doing something? And then I found Open Source Africa conference, and then two first developers who actually energized me to start doing any of that. They were one from Tunisia, and he was like, oh, hi, Chitan A. And Namaste, I think, but I'm not sure because there's so many languages. So like I didn't expect that people can know Java that well as these two people. And one of them was like 16 years in Java, like doing really hardcore stuff, like, oh, I'm just like working on runtime stuff, and like I'm insect like to take it apart. And he was still waiting to do open source because he thought he needs to get better. And I'm like, what? You're one of the best Java developers I've seen in my life, and you're waiting for what exactly? So that was, and just to demo it, like in Green Software Foundation, I think if you go to, I won't do it now, but Green Software Foundation has a meetup, and meetups are by region. I think in India you have at least 4 locations. This is huge because, like, for some reason, in some developers, well, who are from more monogamous countries, they but I think now it's changed, but still people don't understand how huge India is and how huge Africa is and how many projects there are and how huge economy is and how fast it's changing. It's crazy. And it's good. It's like it makes stuff more efficient. So Mikola, I have an idea for you because you're doing currently your job is you are Java architect or
Architect developer, I will put it like this. So because it's important for me to keep coding a lot, and of course to take part or make architectural and design decisions as well. So both things are important for me. So I put it as architect developer.
Architect. Wow. That's my friend Anton Arhipov, Java champion. You might know him. We grew in the same city. Amazing person. Does kettlebells and also bytecode for Java. why did I mention his name? So basically he was asking like, what's the difference between architect and really senior developer? Like, and nobody could answer. Like, so my idea is that maybe like just a suggestion, but it's not only you who know. Well, it's Mikola who is not sure which project to choose. But besides you, there are so many developers, especially from Ukraine, and actually not from many countries, who don't know which project to choose for senior developers to contribute meaningfully. So it's not only good for like community, inspiring juniors, which is important, but it also helps you to grow as a developer. So if you want, we can like chat in Telegram on our channel, because I remember there was Open Wiki thing, like a separate project, separate page, and I will try to find it as we speak. I just don't want to steal time, which listed projects, really cool, like 20-40 projects, and it also like in a table, and it also showed which JDK versions they are on, because you might want to do something which is on 21. Like if you are doing it anyway, so they obviously mention stuff like Mockito, so you can like check, oh, this one is already on 21, so let me do this one because it's like testing and 21, and then let me check how the architecture works. Oh, I'm not sure if Log4j is there, but that's a different talk. Okay, so Sergey, so what are your current challenges? You can talk in any language.
Я даже не знаю, что тебе сказать, что вам сказать.
So you're looking for a job at the moment, right?
I have a job.
Oh, good.
Я удаленно работаю сейчас, у меня есть работа.
Works remotely?
Yes, work remotely. Но я повторюсь, я хочу попробовать именно вот попробовать свои силы в команде. Я не работал никогда в команде, я всегда работал один как бы. Вот. И если вы станете этой командой, будет прекрасно.
So basically, Sergey restated that he wants to work on the team and as part of the team. And to be honest, I have an idea. Like, so we already have. So Sergey, you do Java, right?
Yes, Java Enterprise Edition.
Good. So Mikola, it's always nice to have like bodyguard is not the best, but a strong body.
Okay.
I don't want Sergey to defend you with the price of his life, but it's good to have a body with a gun. So yeah, I'm joking. I don't like guns, but yeah. So maybe we could like during this week or like as it goes. I don't want to put any like time frames, but we can investigate Java projects. I cannot really go into because I want to concentrate on Gradle. But you can choose something which is helpful for you. It might be also helpful for, I don't know, other developers, any specific groups you want. And then we will chat and support each other in the chat. And then we will meet in a week and maybe tell if everything failed, it's good. I mean, it's still to share, like, why do you think it's failed? Like, or like, I don't know, priorities or whatever. So I can share this idea about monk mode. So, which really helps me, but I want I'm only doing for 3 days, so I want to do it for 4 days more. So Akshay, because you joined last, so now you go first. So what are you currently doing? What do you have any like problems or ideas how open source could help you now? I cannot hear you, by the way.
Yes, sure. Like
Akshay.
right now, am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, the problem. Yeah. Like I am right now, like not a very big problem. I am facing this kind of challenge like for time management and all, because right now I am doing many things simultaneously. Like I am also managing our community. I am also like doing my internship, that is DevOps internship. And along with that, I am also working on the YouTube channel with Guru, that is cloud architect, London based. And so I have the challenge for time management. That's a very basic, but yeah, I would love to discuss I would love to know about your experience for that.
Okay, you can check my Twitter. Like yesterday, I tweeted about the monk mode. I borrowed it from somebody else, so you might know Pomodoro. But Pomodoro is very, I will say, European style. It's about working hard. So you have this time, you don't distract on phone and you work hard. But it's like, what if you are going the wrong way? So now what I'm doing, so the monk my idea is that you list your like goals, like the ones you can see, and then you choose one, the most important one. And then you think like, okay, this 10 minutes, this 2 3 hours, whatever, I don't do anything else. You switch off your phone, like switch it off, put D&D, put it in another room, completely everything. So for example, in your case, you're doing university, like today your university is most important for you. Then decides 10 if you spend 10 minutes or 3 hours, but do only university. If I write to you, you shouldn't even see it. If I call you, you shouldn't even get my call. Then like, so let's say you need to do that and that, but so many things, you have 8 hours only, or let's say 16 hours, because you're in India. Like people don't sleep, they work so hard. I think working day is like 10 hours at least, right? It's crazy. But my idea is like, you can pre-calculate how many hours you have, right? So don't switch. Decide that this block, so let's say you have 11 hours, 3 hours left for family, like unless there's an exam tomorrow, just block it from everything else. That's family, you need to relax. Everything else, do like, so we have 7 hours left now out of 10, right? Because 3 hours you're chilling. So 7 hours, do 2 hours on YouTube. If it's the most important, then cross it out for today. You're not touching it anymore. Then do 2 hours, then obviously break. Then do 2 hours only for the most important thing. Nothing else, just that. Then take a break, and then don't ever switch. If you did YouTube today, it's done. So basically that's the idea. So that will also save you, because the amount of time you spend in your brain on switching. And the problem is that if you have a task which is the most important for you, and now you're switching on something which is also important but not as much, then your brain takes time to come to speed again. And this is so crazy efficient. I started trying it on Thursday, and I did more on Thursday than I did in 3 days before, in half a day. So for me, my real focus is that I have a friend. Well, maybe she'll become her girlfriend, I don't know. But I know that to reach to this level, because she's like really cool. I cannot share more, but anyway, to reach to this level, I need to really do this task at work. So I'm doing it because I'm focused on being with this person. So you might be doing because in India the industry is different. For example, university is more important than for people in Ukraine and Estonia, and especially for those in UK. I know a manager. He's the brightest guy I've seen ever. One of them, the best ones, and his best education is driving license. But when I was working with him, like in 2008ish, so his manager finished the best university in France. And when they were discussing financial math with like triple integrals and further, I could see no difference except French accent. So this guy built university at home, and he learned everything. He came to the first company and he said, I'm coding at home for fun. I will wash floors for you and work for free. So they took him in, and the last time I checked, he was business analyst in Dubai. He's good. He knows markets. It's like, wow. Universities cannot even compete with him, because he is learning stuff raw. He's learning it from the markets, and university will. But in India, it's different because of the cultures, and so there's cultural difference, and the importance of diploma is there. So maybe like Arindam, maybe you can share. So I think that's true. I think diplomas are important in India more than some other countries, right?
Yeah, it is very important. Like our parents just kind of just force. Force is not the correct word, but like they insist us to like complete the diploma because it's our like cultural thing. So yeah, I am also facing the same problem like Akshay, the time management thing, because I have to go to college and like it wastes almost 8 hours, and with travel it almost 8.5 hours per day. So it is very hectic for me to like manage college and these things. And so I am just also trying to manage these things. And yeah, your tips were very useful for me. I will try that, and thank you. And I'm also facing some problem, like in my college, my peers are not that much aware of open source thing. Like they don't even know how to use Git and GitHub properly. Okay, so that's a big gap. Like in India, there is a huge culture. Like when you go to college, you have to do problem solving. Okay, then go to CP, and yeah, that's the only way you can go. So but the technologies are evolving day by day, so then open source thing is very helpful for everyone. So what I'm trying to do is to make them aware of this open source thing, and kind of making a ecosystem so that they can enhance their skill and apply to that in real time world. Like open source gives you real time work experience. So yeah, I'm trying to do that, but I'm not sure how much I can do that. But yeah, I'm trying to organize some sessions so that I can tell them about Git and GitHub and how they can use them to in their projects, and can open source them and get contributors and make things together. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can make them aware of these things.
But if you do this cool stuff, will it help you at university? Will they
That's
notice
the
it?
thing. That's the thing. I'm just thinking like how I could approach the our HR, so like HOD. So I can convince him to organize a event, so to encourage the students to.
But
Uh,
have you tried to get ally in like professors? Have you tried going to professors? There must be somebody who cares, and ask him like, look, I'm into open source, like, and I think it could help you such and such. I don't know, keep your materials on GitHub so like students don't ask for to email it to them. Anything like, because if you found something useful for professors,
Yeah,
that
I
would help
haven't
you.
tried that for professors, but I have talked with two or three professors, and they are like, yeah, you can do that, but at first you have to take permission from the HOD, head of the department. So yeah, I'm
Well,
trying to get that permission from HOD and organize some sessions so that I can
this
help
is
my
good.
peers.
But
And
this is such a good story. What if,
yeah,
and actually, I remember that I didn't share advice, so you're next. I'll share about, and if anybody wants to interrupt me, then just interrupt. We are not Linux, we are not dictator, benevolent dictator. We are all dictator. No, I don't like the word. We're all friends here, amigos. So, what if you just tried for the next week, write about it openly that you are trying to combine to make open source help you and your university, or your university and yourself, and you're trying the ways to do it, and currently you're doing such, and if it fails, it's fine. Next week we'll talk about like how you failed and what's the next step, because so many people didn't even try, so they will learn a little bit from your failure, and you will learn a lot. uh,
yes.
and for Akshay, because time management, I've been there. That's why I'm still a senior developer, or team lead actually, but not like somebody like Mikola. Um, so so what if you try this monk mode for, because I'm sure you tried Pomodoros and different things. What if you try it for a week? Well, if it doesn't like make things worse. If it makes things worse, stop it. Like, I don't care for monk mode, I care for you.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. I would like to I would practice this type of monks or whatever you are telling. For next
Yeah,
week, I
but
will try this same.
the key thing there is that when you achieve what you set for the day, don't try to do more. Go and spend time with somebody you care for, okay?
Hmm.
Because we need to establish this neural connection in your brain that when you focus on such things, then it actually makes your life better. So then it will become part. That's actually the idea for everything, for the whole this Amigos group. And anything we do, I wanted to make our lives better. So I want to, well, to progress at work and in open source community, because that's my way. to the heart of one lady. And Mikola, so your goal is to do something meaningful in Java because that's what you love.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, I really practicing something similar. When you can allow you to focus on one task, you really getting quite productive. I can't agree with this for myself to stop on one task because like you, for example, like plan to spend like 8 hours or 10 hours for this project, and you spend like 4 hours, it's fine, task is done, it's a pull request created, and you are waiting for code review. But I can't waste time. I can't just switch to other stuff for next 4 hours. I just can like, for me, it just seems wrong. So I just paid for this 4 hours, so I must do it. That's why but this time, in this case, I just switching to next task, and ideally to focus on this task. Sometimes you can't allow it because you must to focus on some other task, like someone asks you some question, which so you're blocking someone, or there are some question which is better to answer really now, not tomorrow, not after tomorrow. In this case, it's really hard because of context switching. But I completely agree that it's really great when you're able to focus to come to so-called stream state, right? And really very effective.
Yeah, so that's actually important because in any advice, there first of all edge cases, but Mikola case is not edge case. That's normal life case, because life will keep happening, and it's not only about what is important for you; it's also what is important for other people. So they have their focuses. So you need to design your day in the way that community around you, people you care for, that they benefit as well. So, for example, at work, you might like decide to block this. I find that I cannot focus for more than 4 or 5 hours on a task because there are meetings and things. But when I'm not in the meeting, I'm focused. If a person asks, then I don't want to say trained, but people know that if they contact me, it's better to write not just hi, but hi, I'm doing such and there's a problem such and could you help such and such? Do you have time? And then I'm like, well, if it's for example, if it's a problem which other people know, and I know that they know and they have time, I will ask, do you want to go and speak to this person? Like it depends, because life is not only about you. But you can even block, like in calendar, this one, unless there's a house on fire, I'm working, people. Because in the worst case, this person will lose 2 hours. And then, but if you're doing it every day, those 2 hours, then I will have a question. Why didn't you ask yesterday when I was available? So don't torpedo my tasks. I'm working like, let's say, 4 hours per day in a focused. They're blocked here, and in the evening, let's say, between that, I'm all yours. We have morning stand up when we discuss stuff. You could ask there, or you could ask at 12. But why would you ask between 10 and 12? You need also to pay some respect, because I'm not focusing all day on what matters only for me most. And so please respect my willingness to not become a robot. And you see, Mikola is not buying it because he's very senior. He knows life.
No, I completely agree with you. Just depends. Just sometimes the case when you are working a team, maybe kind of, I don't know, my second nature. When I work close with some people, like for example, with QA guy or with front end guy, it's not. I care not only about my task, but about the whole project we are developing. So it's important for me personally to be able for him to make his testing as soon as possible. The same for front end. So we have a very good business contact connection, and when he only found some issue before he even created a Jira ticket, he explained to me, and if I have some question, it's better to discuss and understand. Maybe he made some mistakes, maybe I missed something, and then we have a general clear understanding in most cases. And then when we open the task, I know what to do, how to do. We already estimated it, so that's why that's kind of not only personal, but like a team focused. My team focused as well. So I don't know, kind of my way of work.
Yeah, you need to find what works for you best. So now
so
we're all
from,
set up.
I will one couple details. From one point of view, it looks like I'm wasting time, but from another point of view, I'm even egoistic. So it's a benefit from me when QA engineer will create a great clear explanation of task, and we will have a common understanding what's wrong and how it will be fixed. And even during this discussion, I already, in most of cases, I find a solution. I'm already find a fix. The only I left is just to code it. So that's kind of maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's our know-how. I don't know, is it? Does someone else using this process? But as maybe I hope everyone will agree that communication is one of most important elements of any development processes. So, and that doesn't mean that I reject your notes. In most cases, if it's like for 5 minutes answer, I just try to answer what he redirect maybe person to the correct contact point, and don't waste my time. And even with the case I told you, I'll try to time box it as well. For example, like I don't supposed to spend like whole day for just discussing or bug fixing. Maybe 1 hour, maybe a couple hours. But as soon as we will come, our meeting will come to second hour. I'll say, okay, let's time box at this point, and I'll work on this later. Like that part will be done at separate task.
Good,
Something
I
like this.
totally agree. Yeah, it's exactly like that. What I found, like, because I'm in industry since 2008, when I stopped going to university, I just came to the exams. We have this luxury, so I started like practice placement, and then it became full-time job. And I was like, I went to professors like, "Do you need to see me at the university?" No, just come to the exams. Okay, I'm doing full-time job. I'm learning the stuff at work, and I'm just coming for the exams, and it worked good. But what I noticed is that the higher you go, you can see people grow, and you can see that everybody who grows, they communicate well. Even if you grow as this, like, I don't know, max. So in Amazon, for example, I think in Amazon they have grades of developers who only grow as developers. So they're like specialists who earn, let's say, $1 million per year. They're extremely good developers. But even if they cannot talk to their managers in an efficient way, then what's the point? It's your job to communicate, and that's something developers are not very good at. Some of us, I wasn't. I'm still like learning, especially in negative feedback, because I'm right now in clinical depression, so I'm like extremely careful with, because my brain will, like Mikola says something which sounds offensive, so I will, like, my brain will catch this word and just make it what it never was, like anybody says. So I'm like, okay, this stuff I would rather not to bring to the team. I'll go to my like line manager and say, look, I'm in clinical depression, but I think I was wrong here. So what did this person actually try to say? And then it's like, oh, actually, it's all true. Like it's nice. So yeah, so I still have to grow with communication. But yeah, I'm trying to find this wiki, but I cannot find it. But I will. Maybe next time. I'll try to Google it today after the stream. So we have goals set. I think Arindram is trying to. This is a huge thing you are doing. You are connecting university with an open source. It's not just talks at university. It's a huge stuff. Like if you manage to do it, even if you fail, it's such a big thing. It will inspire so many people all over India and beyond it to go to their professors at one university to work. Somebody has to be the first one.
Yeah, that's why I'm also trying to like apply for the GDSC things, and I'm also this some there are some student programs, so I'm currently applying for them. Like if I get a chance, so I can
Did
help
you
more.
did you apply for Major Hacking League,
Yeah,
MLH,
MLH. Yeah,
and for
MLH.
Outreach? Did you apply
yeah.
for Outreach as well?
I haven't applied for Outreach, but I have applied for MLH because recently I won a hackathon on from MLH, so I got a chance to like that apply for MLH fellowship directly. So I will apply for that
So for
and
those,
for MLH fellowship.
yeah, and there's also Outreach. For those who don't know, because you might have friends who might need it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they both put you in open source projects, like a real one. And Outreach, I'm not sure about MLH, but Outreach will put this person into 3 months long project, and I think they will pay $7,000.
Yeah, something
Of
like
course,
that.
of course, like you can imagine how many people apply. So those who apply, it would be nice if they did something for the community, and they are focused on people who are in an unfair situation, like somebody, I don't know, situation is tough. So I don't want to say something which is not true, but outreach are amazing. I've seen many people grow there. Like I think you can work like an Apache project or I don't know other big names.
Yeah,
So then Sergey and Mikola for next period of time, I don't know. You still can come. Like I don't have to finish to choose this Java project by heart by next week. We're still friends, but like for the next week, we'll try to establish some cool projects together, and then you'll openly choose it and tell why have you chosen it and how can it benefit you developers like you and people around you. And that would be nice. And then we will see if it's a good project, because it will be a fun, it will be cool actually.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Because for some reason I tried to make a screenshot with the links you shared, and for some reason my won't decided to like freeze everything. I actually just even can't move a mouse. It's kind of funny. Just if you
It's
can see me,
jealous
can
because it
hear
wasn't
me,
invited.
maybe. By the way, yeah, good point.
Good stuff. And yeah, Sergey, you when you're comfortable like speaking more, is there anything you want to share? Or
Все, что вы сказали, собственно, ты, Никита, сказал, это мне очень близко. И да, я считаю, что самое главное – это коммуникация. Это экономит и время, и силы, и
that's
это
a very good
правильно.
point. So Sergey agreed with what we were saying, and that's why this talk is happening right now, because the way Sergey talks, it like creates neuroblasts in my brain. So he mentioned that good communication saves time, and that's my problem at work right now, which I'm working on. I've noticed that it's very easy for me to just code and investigate, but when I talk to people in a very specific manner, so you need to be like not just about weather, like you need to know how to talk to people, so like it's cool. It makes me so more efficient, because I can go to somebody and ask, like, say, because I'm upgrading from one version of Gradle to another, and it's like, well, I have contracts tying me, so I cannot talk much, but I can say that, look, this thing I'm not sure of, and if I spend 1-2 days more, I will know. But you're doing the same task, similar task before, so do you know anything? And sometimes people say, no, I don't know, you need to investigate yourself. But sometimes they say, oh, that's not used anymore, it doesn't matter, it didn't affect my like artifacts. And then I will and then just that, like talking to people for 5 minutes, it saves so much time, and we learn so much from each other. And it's you need to change, like maybe in India it's easier because the travel is so hard, so people try to work from home before. And what I found from Indian colleagues, I don't know if it's part of culture, but they talk so well. It's like they're working so well together on a task. For me, it's something I'm still have to learn. I'm really inspired by my friends from India on that. Like, really, I appreciate that. And yeah, so Sergey is right. A quality talk can help you so much, even with just the task. And also it can
Yes.
help you to see the big picture, as Mikola explained. When he speaks to test engineer, he gets like aware of other things as well. And maybe he will shift his focus tomorrow. Maybe he will think that, okay, I've done enough for this task, team can go on now, but now my main focus will be the test framework, because, for example, there's test containers in Atomic Jar. So by the way, it's
Yes.
open source and they need help, and they actually pay. I think they pay for like but you need to double check, but I think they pay for some kind of contributions. And it might be not in the page I will send you, but I would suggest you check them. They're good friends. And
Great. By the way, my screen unfreezed, so I can.
yay! claps to the screens, power to the screens. Akshay, do you want to? Because I'm thinking I have one surprise for you to share, for everybody, like a small gift. It's not mine. It's actually from Kunal, the great Kunal. Oh, I will just. But Akshay, do you want to say something before I share Kunal's profile and something he taught me indirectly though? Oh, and I think there's connection problem. Maybe
Yes.
he'll come back. He'll come back. Akshay G. Now I will share my screen and I will try to show the thing. Well, Kunal, and because what I like, I know some people, they borrow stuff from others, and I've seen Eddie Jauda suffering from that. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yep.
So, just 1 second. There's I think he joined. Yeah, I'm adding to the stream. So I will just quickly speak. Oh, actually, if you go first, because I'm not sure about the connection.
Yeah. I was also like screen freeze from my side also.
Yeah, maybe when I go on a premium, because it looks
Yes.
quite cool. So I'm just, because I'm in the middle. I speak to so many people, and so obviously, actually, you obviously know who Eddie is.
Yes, I know him.
My hero.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
she's so good. But for those, what on earth? What? How can it happen? There's no way I would unfollow Eddie.
How it is
When
happened?
you
Yeah, I also just saw that it was not following by you.
Yeah.
just that was worth all the effort. Just that,
It-
because and I'll well, I won't find
It
where
may
they
be my
live. But
mistake sometime. Just click the button. Unfollow.
I think they fight too many people from Twitter, and some stuff doesn't
Yeah.
work. But Eddie was telling about somebody has stolen his stuff, and I was like, so my view on that is that when people borrow and they don't tell that I took it from this person, that disheartens the person who creates cool material. So if I do it to somebody, besides not being honest, but if let's say Mikola creates this cool Java stuff, and then I just stole it from him, then it won't benefit Mikola. So at some point, he and Sergey will stop contributing. So what's the point? Instead, I would rather build a bridge. So Eddie and but the person I actually wanted to Kunal Kushwaha,
Yes.
at least this part worked. So he mentioned this thing. He on his YouTube channel. On his YouTube channel, I'll put it in the chat here. He mentioned this thing. It's called. Can you see my screen with Rix?
Yes, we can see that.
So it's a chatbot, artificial intelligence. I think it sits on the top of ChatGPT, but it's made specifically for developers. So the answers which it gives are pre-check to something, the quality, for example, what is Rix, and it works well. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. So so for example, what is the format for YouTube series on Java 20? Oh, Java 20, right? Oh, didn't work well on Java, because I didn't really so that's but I really like the one on Gradle. And I think I had example from, because I asked beta questions yesterday. So this one. So give me a format for So that's how to learn Gradle with open source. And on learning Java with open source. How do I do it? Source. So, and that's free. So I think that might be of interest to everybody who is watching this stream.
Yep.
I'll put it into, let me stop sharing. I'll put the link. It's called Rix. I'm not very good with it. I only spent like half an hour there, but I intend to check commands. As I understand, as for me, because I asked it some things about like stuff in Gradle. For example, let me show again a window, this one. For example, this one, what is an artifact in Gradle? And it actually gave me quite a good answer. Like, so what it tells me, I think at least we can use it as how do you call it, Stack Overflow, but it's faster. Because on Stack Overflow, I need to go in and I need to check that answer is valid and fresh and so on. And this is so it takes time. But apparently, this thing can just find the freshest answer which is valid for a lot of stuff. And one travel to Stack Overflow for me is like 5 minutes at least, to go to Google and stuff and Google and if this helps, well, that will be cool. So I'll be trying it.
Thanks a lot. Can I ask about a favor? If you don't mind, can you copy links you're sharing in this chat to chat in Telegram? Because
Easy.
I can't copy it for some reason, and when my attempt, I can share my failure. I tried to just make a screenshot, and it took me like 5 minutes just for freezing the whole screen. I don't know.
Shortcut.
Yeah, maybe it's related to this deal. Maybe if we will be able to go to paid the version of Restream, maybe then it will be better. But
yeah, there's a shortcut I shared because I'm very lazy. I know a lot of shortcuts. So on Windows system, you can press Windows V, and instead of Control V, which adds the last one, it actually adds one from the stack, and you can choose there. So now I can share all the links which are in my stack. I think it's like 20 or something, and I will later put them to to our open source group, which I've already created a folder, so we'll be able to to do anything you want there, to be honest. And I'm just Green Software Foundation, and what else is there? That's different. And yeah, so that's it for anybody has anything to share before we close? Because I don't want I want to catch this moment when we've spoken enough, and then people can go and have rest instead of there's this paradox which is called for any salary. One of examples, it doesn't matter how low the salary is, you can always find somebody who will agree to work for this. And there's no matter how much free time you have, you can always find some inefficient work to take all of your time, to burn you completely out, and then you cannot do stuff which matters. Because for important stuff, it needs you to be healthy, at least.
Yes.
So anybody has any last things to say for today?
I want to thank you and say thank you to the whole team. I think it was a great meeting, and I really hope that we could. It's important to keep such meetings regularly, like I said, each week. So I think we'll get anyway. It's unavoidable to achieve a great success if you're doing something regularly with passion. So
good. Дякую за підтримку. That means thank you for supporting Ukrainian. There's an amazing course on Ukrainian on Duolingo. It's for anybody who wants to, who loves the melody of the language. It's cool. So anybody else wants to add anything?
Yeah, thank you for hosting this type of thing. I really appreciate it, and I think we should make more of this. We'll share our success and failures, and learn from each other, and grow together.
Yeah, so my idea is that I would rather have it 10 minutes, but each week, so it's consistent and it's always happening, than hour here and there. So if it's 10 minutes, it's 10 minutes. It's cool. It's better than 1 hour each year.
Sure.
And so if it's not happening with me, create it on your own. Like when it gets bigger, for example, I don't know, open source for Ukraine might grow, and it hopefully will, or any other group. The premium version allows to restream it on your streams now, so it won't be on Nikita's stream forever. When it grows, I want it like to actually flow into your streams, which will be specializing and stuff. Because I cannot be you, I cannot inspire like students in India as much as Arindram and Akshay can. Oh, I can say Akshay joined. I cannot, I know some Ukrainian language, but I cannot inspire Ukrainian developers as much as Mikola and Sergey do. So, and instead of trying to be a very poor rubbish copy of Mikola, I would rather to stay myself and have good friends. And that's it. So,
Of course.
Akshay, do you have anything last to say?
Yes, yes. I would like to also say to thank you everyone. Thank you, Nikta, for organizing this type of wonderful talk and meet. And because this type of things just inspire us, and also where we can share our ongoing journey and whatever we are challenging facing in our day-to-day life, we can share to each other, and we can also just get to learn from each other. That's amazing things. And yeah, I also believe that this kind of sessions we can continue at least weekly or whatever everyone just feel like.
Good. No, weekly. So I'll think about like, because I want to give both parts of the globe opportunity to.
Right.
But let's see. Let's make one thing happen well instead of two things. So currently, this group is my focus. So
Exactly.
when I see that Mikola's project is flying and people are aware, and we have a talk at DevOps, when I see that something happened at University from Arindam, when I see that Sergey is is a very visible part of what Mikola is doing, so they are both known. And when I see for that specific thing, when I see that Akshay has time for family now, then I will probably create the second group in the different time zone.
Right.
And if so, that's it. I don't have more to share. Just want to. How do you say thank you and goodbye in Hindi? Can you translate? Is it or in any language? So Arindam, what is your mother language?
It's Bengali.
Bengali. Can you say it in Bengali?
Yeah, it's in Bengali. It says "dhanyavad." Like it is the Bengali term of thank you.
Good.
So it is "dhanyavad," and yeah.
I won't
Akshay can
repeat
tell
it.
you
I don't
the
want to insult people. But later I will learn.
Yeah,
And,
in Hindi it is also like the same kind of thing. Like it is
Okay.
also said like "dhanyavad," but yeah, kind of same
Dhanyavad.
spelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in Ukrainian it's
До побачення.
До побачення. Yes, I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
So
how-
see you, friends. Thank you.
yeah.
And до
Thank you,
побачення.
Nikita, for hosting this. Thank
Все
you.
буде добре.
Чао.
Bye. Bye.